Now it's the Egg Fleet. I love the music. It's my favourite music in the entire game.
You fools must all have a death wish. Witness this invincible battleship built by the hands of a genius. Its power unmatched throughout the universe.
Alright, Eggman. Let's get this party started.
After that awkward transition, after the first attempt failed.
Wow! We're flying way high!
Better not fall!
Come on, this is nothing! Let's keep moving!
Alright, and what I was trying to say is I was trying to rephrase what I said a moment ago. Ow. And that was, I wanted to rephrase when I said favourite music in the game. Favourite stage theme in the game. I still like the vocal themes more than this. But I really do love this stage theme. Grand Metropolis is a close second, and I really like Casino Park. But I love this theme so much. Now this is the one I'm always singing along to when I'm playing this game. When I play this level anyway. I don't really sing any of the other themes, but I always sing this one. This one is awesome. And there's also quite a lot of paths you can take, or at least extra little things you can grab. Like that thing that was just to, that fan right there, there are goodies up there. Now we could take the upper route, we could take the lower route. I'm going to take the lower route because there's a section up there that really doesn't like me. It's where a grind rail will lead to a fan. Where if you don't make the fan, you're falling straight down. But if you don't see the fan coming. Obviously enemies up there. You don't see the fan coming. And if you're not on the fan in power formation, and you're most likely not going to be, you're probably going to be in fly formation, you're pretty much screwed. This is where the game's not being able to switch formations in midair really becomes a problem. Because while I like this stage, it does have a few areas, I believe that's a 1-up. There are a few areas where if you don't switch formations before hitting a fan, you're not going to be able to move on. And you will have to start the stage again, or at least kill yourself if you don't care about ranking. And that is really bad design. I just don't know why we can't switch formations in midair. You know, you see your teammates defying physics all the time. You know, you don't have to. I don't have to switch to the teammate that's, you know, currently hovering above a bottomless pit when I'm on the ground. But at least because whenever you do switch formations, most of the time it will just take. You'll be in the same place as the other characters will come to you. It is different some of the times, not just like on the pinball tables or anything like that, but there will be times where you do go over to the other character's position, but it very rarely happens. So why can't I just switch formations when we're all floating above a fan, instead of forcing me to restart the level? Okay, going past it. I want that checkpoint. You can destroy the Falcos if you want. 200 points each. And you have a lot of cannons here. The things the cannons fire out do emit a burst wave, which is what killed me on the first attempt. And it can be very annoying when there's a lot of cannons around. Because there are also several narrow sections of Egg Fleet, mainly when you're on the main ships. The battleship isn't so bad, and it can be quite a bit of a problem in the final level. So you have got to be careful. I could go down there, or I could just fly up here. So in this level we're introduced to a new type of robot. Tails calls it a new type of robot. This is the E2000. It fires a laser! It can either remain in a sort of human form, or it will become a cube like that. It doesn't make any difference. Actually, you can damage it a bit more when it's in the cube form, I think. So I don't know why it bothers doing that, because the attack itself is no different. It's the same laser. Now they want you to use the Rocket Excel here. You can just run. In fact, running's the better option. Because of the treadmill and the way the Rocket Excel works, you're most likely just going to get there by performing the flying kick instead, the solo attack. Because your teammates won't be able to reach you to push you away. So you're most likely just going to fail the Rocket Excel and get there by just continually doing rolls and flying kicks. So you're better off just running, really. Team Sonic, your mission is to destroy 2 battleships, which you just get through by completing the level. Bizarrely, Team Sonic's the only one that destroys 2 of them. Even Team Dark, you get to the very end of the first battleship, but then there's a gold ring there, instead of just destroying the second battleship, which Team Sonic does. Very weird change, and something only Team Sonic can do, which I failed to do. Bounce off of this thing. We hit the bottom of the fan and we then get pushed up to the side of it. And there's always a power core there for Knuckles. I think that's there for every team. This is actually one of Team Rose's longest levels. And we can either take this path or we can go up the higher road. There's a switch here to get a 1-up. A switch here to get a 1-up, thank you. Or we can just do the triangle dive over all the fans. Egg Fleet really does get multiple pathways right, even if in the end they all lead to the same area. But yeah, 3D game, when you're trying not to do an open world game, it's kind of hard to make it not as linear as a 2D one. Even 2D ones, even the 2D games, they all lead to the same area in the end. It's the same signpost, apart from like one level in Sonic CD that did actually have 2 of them. See, I can take the left road, or I can take the left path or the right path, but the left path, which then goes right, will lead me to those giant rings, which give me points. Yeah, Mystic Mansion was a very linear level, so it's like they made up for it with this. And now we have another fan section. I'm gonna have to clear my throat here. Sorry about that. So we have to move up and down. You can do this with the flower as well, in Frog Forest and Lost Jungle. Just pay attention to what they say, make sure you move down. Sometimes they'll give you very little reaction time to do it though. You can jump down here if you want to. There's a few things you can pick up here. There's a 1-up. Yeah, that one you don't get much time for. And that balloon there will have a Team Blast thing. I think it is possible for these cannons to hit you, so watch out. Like, just pay attention to where they're coming from, and don't hit down if there's one that's coming, if there's one beneath you. I have fallen from there a couple times. Oh, I wanted that for Knuckles. Or I could destroy it like that. Try for this one. Cannons are always worth 20,000, no matter how big they are. But trying to destroy the flat ones, the other one, you can homing attack on all the others, but trying to homing attack on those, sometimes Sonic will get stuck for a short moment. Only a short one, but I don't know what causes it. And it can affect your jumping on them as well. Like, you can land on them, and sometimes the jump won't always work properly. These are also 2 of the longest levels. Both of the extra missions for this one and the next one are 9 minutes. Right. There's another one in a second. He's on a narrow pathway, so we're going to take him out the legitimate way. And use Team Blast on the one here. There is a team where there are enemies there. Yeah, narrow pathway. You really don't want to do it any other way here, because the E2000, which is what Omega calls them, they have a shield on the other arm, the one that isn't a laser. And that shield cannot be attacked in any way. When they have the shield up, the only way to attack them is through Team Blast. So basically, the way to attack them is to either stun them with Thunder Shoot, which you can't really do if you're at level 2 or 3. Apart from a few times where it does stun them for some reason. Or you attack it when it attacks you. So it will also go up and down depending on your position sometimes. Usually it will aim for you, but other times it will just fire in a random direction for no reason. And in the final level, we're going to be introduced to a new variety of them called the E2000R, which are different colours for some reason. You know, they're mostly red with a bit of yellow. The E2000R, it's mostly yellow with a bit of red and twice as much health. That's our final bonus challenge. See, it's not much different here. There's a lot more streaks of light going past us. Everything's a bit brighter. Really not much difference here from this compared to the previous special stage. And this one's also got a pulley. I think this is the only one where between the bombs you have these dash pads with these single row of spheres. I don't think any of the others have that. Like that one there. Right, you want to go quickly down here? Don't do anything. Unless it's going to unless you can get past the bomb with it. This is how you get the Chaos Emerald, and you'll be boosting. Don't bother going for the extra spheres there. Whoops, and that happens sometimes when you switch to fly formation. This is going to be a tricky one. Because guess what? This one is the only one where the Chow Balloon section is actually going downhill. Can we grab the pulley? Yes, we can. This pulley has programming. Why can't the previous one? I'll try and show it off one of the other teams. I mean, we got like 7 more attempts. It's in order to 100% Sonic Heroes, every level needs to be played 9 times at the very least. Now, if you get the A ranks on all your first goes, that's 2 missions for each team, plus super hard mode. So, yeah, you're going to be seeing the levels a lot. Not as bad as Shadow the Hedgehog, or at least the first level of Shadow the Hedgehog, where you have to play Westopolis 10 times. And if you don't have all of the A ranks by that point, you've got to go after them as well, and you have to do it for expert mode. And there is always the library, where you'll have to play Westopolis 326 times, which is stupid. But then again, there are many things about Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, now we got quite a few of these bonus spheres. This section is mostly automatic, but again, sometimes these dash pads don't work. And there is a glitch that I've read about. It's never happened to me, but sometimes it is possible for the characters to go outside of the tubes, which will then cause them to become really uncontrollable. Like, even for the special stages, they become really uncontrollable. Never happened to me, never wanted to. If you ever want to make a Sonic Heroes special stage enjoyable, play Sonic Generations on 3DS. It remakes these special stages and they're actually good. They're really easy special stages, but they're actually good. So it's like, what's this game's excuse? I don't know which one's the superior hardware, but you know, I imagine it's probably this compared to a 3DS. Mario looks a bit more detailed on a Super Mario Sunshine compared to 3D Land. So I don't know why the special stages are so broken. But anyway, welcome to the final level of the game. This is the final fortress. Not the final egg. And that's the Lightspeed Dash taking me the wrong way. I want to take the top path, so if you miss it, you can still do this. Because when you're flying, you can actually still go through the grind rails. I don't know what happened there, it sent me backwards. See, this is what I mean when I say, like, it will disable your teammates. It didn't seem to want to do it for Sonic, but it did do it that second time. You can see Sonic there. There is a balloon down here. Well, you can always just fall down there as well. But if you want to get that Lightspeed Dash, 1,000 points and a 1-up, hit the top path. So these platforms here will fall. And they fall pretty fast. And around here, they fall into bottomless pits. And it's very possible for one of them to break, you'll fall down, but there won't be one beneath you, which you're not going to know about, and you'll just go straight into the bottomless pit. It's happened to me plenty of times. These things can only be destroyed by Knuckles. We have another one with a helmet, so let's Team Blast it. If you ever have a Team Blast, use it on these guys. Otherwise, you can remove the helmet, which you can either do by knocking it over, when again it will spin the hammer around. It will lose its balance, and then you can knock it over with Thunder Shoot or Fire Dunk, which will disable one of your teammates when you do that. That will knock the helmet off. The more risky ways that sometimes work and sometimes don't, you can rocket Excel between its legs, or you can oh, that sounds dirty. You can rocket Excel between its legs, or you can perform the tornado, which is most likely going to result in you getting hit because of how big the robot is and the distance that Sonic does that spin there. And again, just like in Rail Canyon, when Sonic jumps off of that, he's not going to land straight onto it. You have to manually maneuver him there. Now, little alternate pathway. That doesn't always work. Sometimes the tornado spin doesn't like to work on these poles. Again, Final Fortress does have quite a lot of pathways. Very often there'll be a higher road and a lower road. However, I want to go down there now. I could perform the triangle jump, but what's down here is a regular E2000. That's not what I thought it was. That's disappointing. I thought it was an E2000R. Because if you ever spot an E2000R, I missed the robot there, destroy it. Because they are worth, and I have no idea why this is the case, 10,000 points. The highest any other enemy is, here's an E2000R, the highest any other enemy is 1,000. Like even the heavy egg hammers, the helmets, they're only worth 1,000. They are worth 10,000. So destroy one, if you see it, destroy it if you want the A rank. Yeah, sometimes these cages can be flying, just undershoot it and it'll become stunned. Now, stupid design, self-destruct switch.
Never thought it would actually self-destruct. It's blown to pieces.
Wonder why it's self-destructed.
Yes, well, better question. Why is it here? By the way, the Team Sonic will quote on the weather. Every team will, but Team Sonic will only do it in super hard mode for some reason. And watch out for these lasers. Laser! Yeah, I don't know why Eggman decided to install self-destruction switches on his airship, which is much bigger than the egg carrier from Sonic Adventure. I don't know what that was. Oh no! Save! Go on, Tails! Go on, Tails! Go on, Tails! Go on, Tails! Woo! Right, so even when he's like this, he can immediately come out of the shield fort. He can immediately come back out and put the shield up. They take quite a few hits. They have twice as much health as the regular E2000. But again, 10,000 points. Always attack them. Mandatory for most of the A ranks, I think. Especially Team Chaotix, where you're actually forced to pad out the level. Jump for these lasers, so they'll knock you straight down. Sometimes there is an for at least one team, there's an E2000 right here, where if you hit the laser, and he's going to spot you all the way back there, so you have to wait for him to fire the laser and then triangle jump as fast as you can. Not very good enemy placement there. Normally, if I don't grab a hold of them straight away, it will still act as though the tornado is there. Yeah, so you could take the higher road. It's pretty much a shortcut, because some teams, there's a lower road that will take you straight there. Other times you go up as well. In this case, you're going up as well. One thing I really don't get about this game, and I know it's not the only video game that does it, a lot of them do, enemies with shields. Okay, the shield either needs to be destroyed first, or you can't destroy the shield and you gotta wait until it exposes the weakness. The shield is in front of the enemy, so why is it that I can't attack it from behind? Any egg pawn that's carrying a shield, you have to destroy the shield first. The shield is always at in front of the egg pawn. You can attack its body from behind, but it will still act as though you're destroying the shield. I think we encountered these a few times. You have to punch a power formation. And I don't get that. I'm clearly hitting the robot, so why is only the shield taking damage when I'm attacking the robot? It's particularly annoying with E2000s because you can't destroy the shield. But I am attacking it from behind. The shield is tiny, so why isn't it just being destroyed now? And I don't get that. The Final Fortress is a gauntlet. I mean, it's got Fortress in its name, so it's going to be big. And I missed that part. There's a special stage key down there. It actually takes you to some rings. Well, so does this. This is awkward though. Once you go through the rings, you can begin flying again. But whenever you go through those rings, your characters are facing backwards. So either just jump and turn around, which I recommend doing in flight formation, or just let them slide backwards. Against the E2000s, Thundershoot can be really helpful, or Fire Dunk. Okay, so we're going to go by this logic. So why can't I destroy the shield from behind? For all of them. Right, the switch is annoying. As all the ones like this are. And sometimes I let go like that, but that's my fault. Right, this is a gauntlet. You don't have to destroy everything. It is possible to jump off of those grind rails and just jump up straight up to the higher platform. The third one. I don't think they wanted you to. But now we actually can fight this guy the legitimate way. So you knock him over, the helmet's off. Now we have to punch him. What you want to try and do, which I failed to do, with 1 point of health left. I didn't even think that was possible. I thought it goes down in 3s. You can do the if Knuckles is leveled up, you can go bonk, bonk, bonk. Easiest way to take him out, but you have got to watch out for the hammer. Now this isn't Amy's hammer. This is far more dangerous. Because Amy's hammer is pretty much useless in this game. What's it do? It stops her in place, makes her go an annoying ha, and she can hover in the air for a very brief moment that I always forget even exists. Right. Now they want you to use Team Blast here. This hint ring. Team Blast. They want you to use it here. This is where each team will perform their Team Blast. Team Rose doesn't go here. So, but they will have a Team Blast section. In fact, Team Rose never encounters an E2000R or a Heavy Egg Hammer at all. Because they're the easy mode. Again, a self-destruct switch. Why is it here? Oh. The dialogue was interrupted there, but basically they'll start talking about it. I think it goes like, talk about humongous! Wow, how do you manage to build something so big? The egg carrier is nothing compared to this, and for some reason sometimes the lasers don't have their graphics. And it can be annoying when the laser thing appears before you're actually on the grind rail. Particular problem for the first one. Right, hope you like rail switching. Oh wait, nobody does. Sometimes the lasers appear earlier than intended, which can be an issue. Right, let's hold down accelerate, and just keep holding it here, because that one encases all 3 lasers. If you are too slow or you get a bit worried, switch to fly formation and just hover in the air as high as you can, because you will go above the laser. And that's the final level of the game. I did it kind of slowly there, because again, the time attack is 9 minutes. This and Power Plant are the only 2 levels where it's actually possible for Team Dark to get past 100,000 points. They only got a very small time bonus. I think that's still an A rank. Yeah. The highest score you're ever required is 90,000. Which is Ocean Palace for Team Dark. It's one of the hardest A ranks in the game because of it. You're pretty much required to beat the level in under 6 minutes. And kill as many enemies as possible. We collected 20 emblems. Congratulations. You can now play Team Battle in 2P play mode. I only have 1 GameCube controller. And 1 PS2 controller. That I hate. Alright, final Emerald Challenge. Can we make this an all Emerald run? Let's try. Let's grab our Chaos Ruby. It's a Ruby, not an Emerald. Oh, I failed. Probably. I might have failed by hitting that bomb. That is what these special stages are like. You hit the bomb, you're done. Let's try. Every now and then the Emeralds do seem to slow down. Again, don't hold anything here. There we go. So yes, we got all 7 Chaos Emeralds with Team Sonic, which is bizarre because, spoiler warning, in the final story, in terms of continuity, Team Sonic only collected the blue one, the dark blue one. Just once, I'd actually like to play Sonic Heroes. For the sake of the Let's Play, I wanted to just grab all the Chaos Emeralds as fast as possible, but just once I want to play Sonic Heroes where I actually collect the correct Chaos Emerald with the correct team, but I never remember what it is.
This time you won't get away!
Give it up! This looks like checkmate, Doctor!
Enough of this! Sonic, Tail, Knuckles! I'll defeat your maker! I'll show you what real evil is!
This is it, guys! Don't hold anything back!
Okay!
No worries!
And don't do what I'm doing and failing spectacularly. It's very easy to get hit in this level. Right. Jump in the middle. Something I only very recently found out you could do. I always just took the dash pads and hoped I could fly up to it. I don't know why it never occurred to me that I can just do that. Because you want to level up fly formation. That's your most important one. And returning from Sonic Adventure, we have repetitive Eggman quotes. Before, we had Egg Viper and Egg Walker with "Get a load of this." Now, we have the Egg Emperor with "Take this, take this, take this, take this." And this is how you fight the Egg Emperor. You hover in the air. You can take out the body or you can take out the shield. The only shield that you can actually attack and it and the body separately. You want to try and get Sonic to actually attack it during that to deal additional damage. You can perform the Lightspeed attack here, but it's really not that useful. Like, Sonic will only very occasionally hit it, and he tends to go after the missiles as well. It's not that useful. Yeah, this is like the Egg Hawk. This is how you mainly want to be attacking it. And I love it when that happens. Sometimes as Eggman is moving away, if you thunder shoot him, your teammates will get stuck in place. This part is annoying because he will attack you there, and that happens almost every single time. Really annoying. Really not fair. And sometimes your teammates do get stuck in place. Oh, that's gonna be awkward. Screw it. Because if he gets too far away from you, he has this unavoidable charge attack. Only on occasions have I ever been able to avoid it. Other than that, I don't think there's any other way of avoiding it. Get away, because it is actually possible for the Egg Emperor to land on you during this animation. He has landed on me before, and that did kill me. He's technically still considered active there. It's either that or the explosions. I'm not sure what the A rank time is for the Egg Emperor. It's either 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes. Team Dark, despite being the hard mode, it's an absolute joke. But that's it. That's the end of Team Sonic's story. Now, as you'd expect, it's time for everything to randomly blow up around us. For no explained reason. Maybe we should get off of this ship.
Boy, talk about cutting it close.
Not really.
Come on, tell me you weren't scared. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have had a chance.
Well, maybe you're right. Thanks, Knuckles. You too, Tails. Later, guys. I'm out of here.
Wait up, Sonic! Get back here!
How did she get up here? All will be explained in Team Rose. Alright, I'm actually going to just do a video at the end of the playthrough that showcases all of the songs. So, yeah, just so I can actually talk about the stories. And Team Sonic is okay. Some of the levels do go on a bit long. We have Power Plant, we have Mystic Mansion, we have Egg Fleet, and we have Final Fortress. The rest are fine. Team Sonic is enjoyable because, you know, they're the medium mode. Really, I mean, Omochao will describe Team Dark as the intermediate mode, but that's generally just because we have super hard mode. But Team Sonic is otherwise just the normal mode. And it's really not that hard. The difficulty is a bit up and down, but that generally applies to every team. It's the controllers. Once you get adjusted to that, which is very hard to do, even me, I've been playing this game almost every single year. For like the past 2017, so we're looking at like the past 13 years, and I still haven't gotten adjusted to the controls. Sorry, 12 years, and I still haven't gotten adjusted to the controls. Better than Shadow the Hedgehog, better than the precise controls of 06, I would say. Much better than whatever he had to deal with in Secret Rings, if you can even call that control. Since, you know, Sonic keeps moving. It's technically not control if all you do is tilt him left and right. But by the way, Eggman's Egg Fleet really has a fish theme going on. Now, most of them are shaped just like regular sharks. Battle ships are shaped like swordfish, and there's a manta ray ship that we never go on to, and there's the flagship looks like a whale shark. Bit weird. Yeah, by the way, we're still not taking into account that Shadow is still alive. Really, really weird. By the way, I just love how the teams have no reason to be fighting each other. You know, we're trying to stop Eggman. So are we. Alright, let's fight for it. We can't just team up. Let's fight for it. Whoever wins goes after Eggman. Whoever loses goes after Eggman. So stupid. It's like Team Rose. Sonic, this time there's no way out of marrying me, so I'll have to physically assault you in order to do it. You know, the reason for fighting makes no sense. You know, we never encounter Team Chaotix once. You know, I mean, everyone's unlocked from the get-go. It's not like Sonic Adventure where Sonic has to encounter everybody in his story. Well, that's the easiest way to do it. I guess you could. I guess there's nothing stopping you from switching to Tails afterwards and then meeting everyone in his story. But otherwise, Sonic has to encounter everyone in his story to unlock everything. And 06 would do that as well, but Adventure 2 doesn't do it. And in Adventure 1, sorry, in Heroes, they never encounter Team Chaotix at all. So it's a good thing they're available from the get-go. You know, Team Dark and Rose will, but Team Sonic and Team Chaotix never encounter each other until the end. And what that roughly translates to is, you're not done. That's exactly what that means. It just means you're not done. But yeah, that's Team Sonic. The theme that I was playing there is We Can. It's a pretty good song. It's not It Doesn't Matter, either version, but it's a pretty catchy song altogether. We can overcome all the odds. Alright, but that is the end of Team Sonic's story. 100%. Well, technically it's actually about 30%. We've still got the extra missions, we've still got Super Hard Mode for Team Sonic. But next up, we got the difficult mode. It's going to be Team Dark with Owl the Edge, Rouge the Breasts, and Gamma on steroids, aka Omega. And that's going to be the hard mode. We've got some long levels ahead of us, folks. Expect some of them to last almost 10 minutes. But that's for next time. So, I will see you guys